for no hating hoe. I've been on my grind making paper grow. You see me online doing makeup hoe. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is your girl K Gray, the makeup plug, back with another lovely tutorial. As you see, so today's tutorial, I have a client tutorial for y'all. No, it's not like the other one, and yes, you can hear me. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more of these videos. Comment down below and let me know if you like to see more of my client tutorials in the studio, guys, of me doing makeup and so on. So as you see, I'm starting with the brows. Her brows was I forgot what it's called, but they was already filled in. All I had to do was fill them in just a tad bit and clean them up, and that's about it. It was really easy, guys. I'm going in with, I believe this is Cake by Max pencil. If it's not Cake by Max pencil, is New York. I forgot what it's called, but it's a New York pencil. Yeah, so I'm just going in with the pencil and lightly, you know, filling in her brows, guys. This is really easy, especially when they have their brows cleaned up. This is so much easier, and then you can brush your brows and then get on with the brows. Okay. I'm gonna do the same side too. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side as well, guys. Alright, guys, so before I take the concealer to the brows, I'm just going to make sure that my brows are even. As you see, my favorite concealer to use on the brows would be, what is it called? Infallible concealers. I love those concealers. They stay matte, and they're just all around good concealers, guys. So I'm just brushing some product off and making sure they're even. Remember, your brows are cousins, not sisters, guys, so they're not going to be spot on, but they're spot on for me from this angle and from the angle I was looking at when I was doing the makeup. If you guys didn't know, I am using my Sleek 225 brush, concealer brush. I do sell these on my website, guys. They are going for $6 to $10. I'm not really sure of the price, but yeah. Make sure you check my website out for these concealer brushes. They are perfect. You want your brows to be sleek and fleek. This brush is perfect, guys. So make sure you check that out. Okay, guys, now I'm just taking a BH Cosmetic brush. I'm not sure what number this is, and I'm going in and blending out the concealer around her brows, on her eyelid, in between of her brows. And yeah, you want to make sure you just blend the full head really good so it can just go and melt into the skin. So when it is time to put on your foundation, guys, you won't have any demarcation marks on where the concealer start and stop at. And that's what I'm doing with this brush. Okay, guys, so my client wanted a smoky eye. So y'all already should know I love to start with a transition shade out of the Juvia's Place palette, which is that brown shade. I'm not sure what it's called, but I love that shade. I have two of the same palettes, and I'm hitting pan on the same shade. I only bought the second one just for the shade. So I'm going in, just basically setting the concealer and stuff like that with the transition shade. I'm not setting the brow bone highlight from the concealer, guys. This is very important. Do not set that part. And then I'm going in with another Juvia's Place palette. I forgot which one this is, but this is the only palette that has like the yellow and orange in there. And I'm taking like that burnt orange, and I'm going in with that. And then I'm going in with um Cake by MAC signature palette, guys, and I'm taking that black. Her black is really rich. I really like it. For this look, I did not go in with a what is it called, with a like primer or black primer. Usually, you know, when you want it real dark, you go in with like a black primer. I just felt like she wanted a soft glam, and I felt like the black primer was going to darken it up way too much for me, so I didn't go in with the primer, a black primer, and then the black shadow over top of it. I wanted it to be really soft, really light, smoky eye for New Year's Eve. And I'm just doing the same thing to the other eye, guys. You want to go ahead and wipe off the face from the excess shadow that fell. I'm also going in with my favorite face primer. I swear it makes your makeup look like skin. Okay, I'm going in with Milk Hydrating Primer, and I'm just taking that all over her face, her forehead, her nose, her cupid's bow, just all over, because this primer is a great primer of makeup stain on your face. It gets tacky and everything. I love it. So you just want to make sure that primer is really into the skin before you go ahead and choose a foundation to use. So for the foundation I used on her skin tone, I used, I believe, NARS. I'm not sure of the color, guys. I believe I want to say Macao, but I'm just really not sure. So I did use NARS, and then I did use a lighter NARS as well. So NARS was definitely the foundation I picked for her tonight, guys. If you don't use NARS products, use them because they're great products. They'll make your client's skin look so good. So usually I don't use a lot of foundation because we're going to go in with concealer and stuff. So I like to do a couple pumps on my hand to warm up the product, and then go ahead and even it out on my client's face with my concealer brush. Um, and then I like to do the two method with the face as well, guys. You will see if I did do it. I'm not sure if I did it on her or not. But I usually do the two method, which I take a darker shade and then a lighter shade. So I'll put the lighter shade in her T-zone and then a darker shade around her perimeter. And then I'll go ahead and blend it out together. Make sure you guys go ahead and spray your setting spray on your face or on your brush. If you don't know, setting spray helps the makeup stay on longer. That's what it's for. Instead of doing it at the end when all your makeup is already on your face, guys. Just a little tip. So I'm going in with the Real Technique brush, and I'm just patting lightly, guys, on my client face, making sure everything is blended out evenly on the skin before I move forward. Now I did turn my camera around, guys. So the footage you just seen was my front camera. This is my back camera, guys, because I don't know, I just thought it'd be clear and it turned out not to be clear, but it's fine, guys. Now I know, but I still wanted to give you guys this video. Of course, her skin looks so beautiful. It's the brows for me. So I'm just patting, making sure everything is blending out evenly, guys, before I go ahead and conceal her up. For concealer, I'm using the Milani. Milani is also a great concealer to use for under the eyes, guys. So I believe I'm using Milani, and I'm using the L'Oreal as well for concealer with her. You also always want to make sure your concealer sit on the face for at least like 2 minutes so it can dry down. The longer you let it sit on the face to dry down, the more coverage you'll be getting. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm just going in. I don't know what shade this is, but I know it's Milani, guys. That's one of my favorite concealers to use, Milani or the L'Oreal. Also, ELF has a great concealer as well if you're looking for concealers to use on your clients or yourself. So I'm just going in the T-zone with the concealer like I usually do, and I also do a two-step on this as well. So I take at least one shade lighter than the extra skin tone, and then I take 2 shades lighter just for brightener, which I'm doing right here. And this is also Milani as well, guys. So I believe this is Milani 145. I believe 145 and 155, I believe I used on her. I'm really not sure though, but those two are great colors to have in your kit as well, guys. So I'm just blending out with my Real Technique sponge. I'm sorry, brush. And then I'm going to switch over to the small Real Technique brush. This is usually what I use to blend out concealer. I freaking love this brush. I actually go in with all my tools. I know this kind of sickening, but I go in with a Real Technique brush, and then the smaller Real Technique brush, and then I go in with a sponge as well, guys, because I just want to make sure my client face is blended to the gods, and it's no like excess foundation on there that they don't need and stuff like that. So I'm just going in under the eyes, patting. Everything is a patting motion, guys. I always tell you guys that. Everything is a pat in motion, and you want to go ahead and blend outward towards the ear so we can make it look like her cheekbones are higher. I do both though. I blend out and downward. I know a lot of people say don't blend downward, but I do both because I like both. So everything's a pat in motion, like I said, guys. And the more you blend, the more your face will be nice. I think I'm gonna cream contour on her tonight, just because I don't always cream contour, guys, but when I'm in the mood to cream contour, I do. It just make the face have more structure to it. If I'm feeling like the face is more so flat from like the foundation and the concealer, I will cream contour. I will cream contour. And that's what I'm going to do. And for cream contour, I'm taking Black Opal in the shade Suede Mocha. Now, I know what shade I use on certain people for contour only because of their skin tone. And Suede Mocha is a popular shade from Black Opal. So, yeah, guys, that's why I know that. But I'm going to go ahead and take Suede Mocha on the foundation brush that I use. And I'm just swiping it off on my brush, guys. I'm not really applying it to her face because I don't want a lot and I don't want to have to blend a lot. So I'm just swiping it onto my brush and then putting it onto her face in the spots that I want it. Especially when it comes to the nose and the forehead and the cheekbones. So now that I got that done, I'm going to go ahead and keep blending. I keep telling y'all blending is key to make a face come together, honey. Okay, so blending is key before I set. Now, for setting powder, you guys should already know I only use one setting powder, honey. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I done went through some setting powders that I loved. But for my clients, only the best, which is Laura Mercier translucent powder. And this time I usually take a sponge to the face, but I didn't. I'm actually using the brush to actually make that powder melt into her skin. So not only do she don't have a lot of powder on her skin, but I'm also taking the Real Technique brush and I'm pressing it into her under eye. I did not want her to look powdery tonight. I didn't want her to look, you know, like it was too much powder on her face. So I'm pressing it into the skin tonight. And that's what I'm doing with the Real Technique brush, guys. It makes a big difference when you press it and then when you take your beauty blender or whatsoever to set the concealer under the eye, guys. It just make a little bit of a difference. Another thing that I'm doing different on here is I'm taking some of the translucent powder and I'm setting the whole face with it. That's just a new trick that I use. Just to set the whole face with the translucent powder. It gives you something softer, better than taking face powder and doing it. Translucent powder from Laura Mercier, I make the face look soft as well, and all you have to do is bring out the cheekbones, the nose, and stuff like that to make the face come back together after you know, made it flat, if that makes sense. So I'm just covering out her cheekbones right now with the translucent powder. I'm not sure if this is the new one. I know I tried the yellow one on somebody and I really didn't like the yellow translucent powder. I think it's called medium or something they have. I'm not a big fan of it because I feel like it left a demarcation line on my client's face. And it looked kind of chalky. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of it as of right now. But hopefully I'll get the whiff of it. But for right now, I love the dark translucent powder and the white translucent powder. So I'm just now setting her face with face powder. And then I'm going to go in with Coco Nolly from Fenty Beauty, guys. Also, I know y'all see this brush. Y'all probably like, what brush is that? This is Morphe's brush from the Jeffree Star collection. I know. Yeah, let's pass that. So I'm taking that same bronzer and I'm going in on her nose with a smaller brush. This is key, guys. When you bronzing or contouring your nose, you want to go in with something smaller so it can get that precision line that you're looking for. And that's exactly what I'm doing. This is a Morphe brush, guys. Morphe brushes are awesome and they're cheap. So just a little tip for you guys. So now that I got that done, I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and pat that translucent powder off her face. This is my technique to melt down the translucent powder so it won't look as chalky. So I'm going in with my Juvia's face palette, the Warrior 2 palette. If you don't know, I love to use the blush from the colors in there. I think it's like a dark burgundy, a pink, and then like a orangey color. I love to use them as blush on my clients, guys. So yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and spray the face. I'm gonna go ahead and take my foundation brush and make sure all the powder is being melted into the skin, guys. This is really important, and you want to go in with your Morphe spray or any setting spray that you're using a couple times before you let your client get up, only because you want to just make sure everything is blended together. So now we're going in under the eye with NYX Jumbo Pencil, and we're doing black, of course. I didn't want to do anything as dark. I didn't want to do anything as light because y'all know I usually go on with a white pencil. I love my white, okay? But since she was getting a smoky eye, I was thinking to smoke out the bottom just like I did the top and to add some glitter. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, guys. So as you see, I'm just smoking out the bottom a little bit, and I'm also going to put that brown shade that I used at the top to do her smoky eye on the bottom as well. Now I know a lot of people is about to ask me a question about the glitter at the bottom of the lid, so I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all the best way to do this is to buy glitter liners and use the brush from that little glitter liner. I like to use the Wet n Wild glitter liners, and then I dip it into my regular glitter. And then once I dip that liner into my regular glitter, the glitter is on the brush, and I just do a quick line under my client eye. That's the quickest way that I learned how to do it. If you're feeling like, you're not going to get nothing in their eye, you can also just take lash glue and apply the glitter just like that. But I did it this way. It's easier and it's safer. I want to say thank you guys for watching this tutorial, guys. Make sure you go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment for more, and comment down below if you guys want to see more client tutorials, because I will give them to you guys. Also, I forgot to say, y'all, this is the MVZ highlighter. Sorry guys, it's just the end of the video, and I wanted to close out with you guys. And yeah, also I did use my lip gloss on her lips. I did a KKW lip liner, and then I did New and KGM Beauty lip gloss. Yeah guys, thanks for watching. See you all on the next tutorial.
Oh, your game, highs and lows, highs and lows. It's all the same, highs and lows, highs and lows. Keep all your game, highs and lows, highs and lows.